Hello everyone, and welcome back to Norland and our World of War series on the channel. And in the last episode, we were conquered by Paris. As well, Radibor has been mad for the entirety of the last episode and a good portion of the one before that. Uh, he is still just kinda, he's not doing so well. He's doing nothing, he's running around mostly naked, and he is pretty happy now, so I don't know how long it's going to take for this madness to go away, but it would be nice if it would break, because we are going to need uh, a heavy amount of, uh, production going on. So right now, we are almost broke, and we have too many workplaces for everybody to actually handle, so we need more migration as well. And also, since we are broke, we really, really need to get these medical salves moving. So right now, I am basically waiting for the day to end and for this wood to go into our stocks so that I can move this herbalist. I'm going to move it down about here, and I'm going to move this. I'm going to have to move this over so I can set a second alchemy lab. And two of those hopefully will get us the medical cells that we need, and we can always snooze one if we have to. I also need this to be prioritized. Basically, these are the jobs that are going to, be kind of on demand or whatever. Everything else is prioritized that I can see. Um, yes, I think everything else should be. These breweries, the mills, yes, the tavern. And I think I'm going to move the market, if possible, down over here-ish. I think we can just go ahead and get rid of the altar. Not yet, but just about. So otherwise, we're just kind of waiting. Day is over now, so let's get that wood into our stockpiles, hopefully. I do have the warehouse up here. I should probably move it. Maybe down over here. We're not going to worry about it too much right now. We are just going to go ahead and move this herbalist, and we want it to be as close as possible to the bushes without destroying any of them. I don't want a chance destroying any of them. We're just going to place it right there, and hopefully this gets them to their work spot every day a little bit faster. Now this needs to move over, I think it was 2 spots. And then, let's see here, alchemy lab? Yes, perfect. Alright, so there's the second one. We're going to go ahead and build that first. We are doing pretty good on iron thanks to our village. And I do highly recommend almost any time that you start a game, you should probably have one of these producing iron, just because even if you have the modifier that allows your mines to have more iron in them, you always pretty much end up somewhat low on iron. So if you're going to be producing weapons, you should definitely have it. If you're a Caden at any point, then you should definitely have it. And this may not have been the best idea to use herbs, but the reason I do it is because herbs are just about as limited. As you can see, we only have this one patch here, and I think pretty much every starting location is the same there. So you basically always are going to need herbs if you want the medical salves, and you're always going to want iron if you want weapons. You can buy them, but this is just how I like to do it. So anyways, we're just kind of waiting. We're hoping Radibor's madness will break, because him managing everything will be a lot better than Vidomir, and we could even get the Chancellor going. But either way, we just kind of have to wait around for the moment. Okay, so now some very good news for us. We finally have Radibor out of his madness. We're just going to have him spend some time with Zivka. Actually, we may even have them Flesh Wolf hunt for the moment, and then we'll go ahead and start moving everything back over for Radibor to actually manage everything, and then we'll start getting the Chancellery, which we finished learning. We'll get that set up. Okay, so now some good timing as well. Since Radibor's back, this means that he can manage everything, and Vidomir can go back to just being a commander and everything, since, of course, Dwar is dead. So now it's up to Vidomir to do that, and these forest bandits are attacking us. They only actually are sending, it looks like 3 or 4? Oh, 8. Okay, 8. So they are sending 8, so that's not so good. But it's definitely a lot better than it could have been, and because I think they have 12 in total, and we actually have enough reinforcements here to easily handle this, which is pretty good. It's actually a good thing that we went ahead and let Paris conquer us, because if not, we would probably be getting burned pretty severely by the bandits here. Alright, and these bandits are here, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Are they only coming from one direction? Probably. I haven't seen that with bandits. Looks like there's one there. It does look like they're only coming from one direction, which is good. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna let our sovereign here, wherever they are. Here we go. We'll just let them deal with this. I was gonna have Vitamir get involved, but I actually think it's probably for the best if he doesn't. Flesh wolf attack. They're taking care of the flesh wolf for us. That's pretty funny. Okay, just get in there. Who is this? Lyris. You go ahead and take care of these guys. Okay, they're going this direction. There we go. And we're just going to speed through this because I know that they can handle this just fine. I wouldn't mind if they lose a little bit of power in this, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. No, it doesn't look like they'll lose anybody, which is fine. Alright, you guys can just go ahead and go home, and I guess they actually leave all of the loot here, and that means we are going to take these guys, I guess. Okay, now it looks like we did manage to get an axe, a sword, and a few more heavy armors here. Otherwise, I don't think we got too much, but we did get a little bit of more gold, not from that battle, but just in general. Now, one issue is that, as you can see, we're only getting through a couple of these herb bushes. Looks like actually only 2 or 3. No, just 2. And we really want to get through these as fast as possible so that we can start on these medical salves. So we're going to actually place this for now, and I think we're only going to do it temporarily. So we're going to go ahead and tick off the build first on the alchemy lab and get through the herbalist. So basically we want all of these bushes to be empty at essentially all times, as quick as possible, because otherwise they are not regrowing. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we also have the Chancellor to build. And we're just going to put this pretty close to Radibor, and his house is over here, so we'll actually, I want to have this down here, and we'll place the Chancellor right below that. Okay, now since it seems like we're not getting flour and beer very fast, and I don't want to just keep making more breweries and mills, I guess we're just going to go ahead and upgrade these ones. It's only the 3 iron, really, that's the issue, and then the 5 on the mills. But that's okay, we can at least upgrade them to level 2. I think level 3 is okay to do without tools, so we'll just have to see. But if so, then we'll go ahead and upgrade them to level 3. If not, then we could always make 1 more of each. Okay, and I'm not going to keep subjecting you to this part either, but we are going to keep on moving these lumber mills around, so if you see them moving, that's just because I'm moving them to go ahead and get closer to the new trees and everything that they've made their way to. We only need to move this one over once. But yes, I'm not going to show you this every time, but just so you know, I am trying to clear as much of this area out still. Okay, now it seems Paris is demanding that we send them an army. They are going to attack Rome, it seems. We can go ahead and do that. I don't see any issue with sending Vitamir on this little quest. It looks like Rome has 25 soldiers, average of 4 combat, and Paris has the same, but an average of 7 combat. So I'm a little worried that they'll try to get Vitamir killed here, but I think we kind of have to go ahead and send them, and we'll send them with their heavy armors, definitely an axe, and the mace is probably fine. Okay, now luckily for us, we finally have the Chancellery. The day is over, but we're going to go ahead and move Radibor over to that, and I am going to go ahead and move all of this stuff over to the Chancellery as well. That's right, I forgot they added an auto assignment, so everything gets moved over, which is very nice that they added that. So now there's another thing we need to talk about. Every single time we get free lords, as you can see, they tend to be Caden. Now this is unfortunate because of course we are Barnes, we have xenophobia, and we have the modifier that makes xenophobia even worse. But the issue is with Dwar dead, Vitamir is the only one who can even marry. He's 63 years old already. Same with Radibor, same with Zivka. So if all of these were to die in the same year, for instance, then that would be a game over. So our only other option really is to wait for anyone who is not a Caden, even if they're not female. And they will just have to, we'll have to fast track making them a part of our actual family, and then they can be our heir. And that seems to be the only way that we're going to be able to continue this game at this point. Sort of a little bit of an unfortunate part of making all of our characters older and better at their jobs, but that is what we're going to have to deal with. Alright, now here we are at the trader, and we can just sell off these bows. We're not going to be using them. We can probably sell off most of these light armors as well. We're not going to be using those anytime soon. Sell the daggers. We'll also sell these medical salves. Go ahead and start selling these now so that our market doesn't get too saturated. We can keep the holy rings. I think we're done with... I'm going to have to check this time so I don't end up selling things that we need. We'll keep our prisoners. We're back in a good spot on our workplaces and everything. So I'll just look. Military logistics might be nice at this point. 12 mood bonus against forest bandits might be good, just so that we can... Because we're going to have a lot of difficulties building an army for a little while, because it's just not our focus. So it may be good to go ahead and do that. We'll also want to start getting ready for our second industry, because we can't only sell medical salves. If you've been watching for any length of time, you know that because of market saturation, you will always pretty much end up with too much product, even if you have a trade route, and we don't have trade routes. So we're going to have a lot of extra medical salves in the end, and we'll just hold on to them for later. But we're going to need a second industry, and I think that second industry will be weapons, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure which weapons we'll try for. We'll probably try for swords, but maybe we'll just go for axes since we're going to need them, but we'll go ahead and see. First thing that we're going to need, though, we're going to need the coal. Start building up coal. So I think this is probably good for the moment. Oh, they don't have enough money. Okay. We'll just take a couple of holy rings. There we go. And I'm going to check on these books really quick. I think we've already learned them. Yes. Yes, okay. So we could just get rid of both of these. I think we're going to. And let's see, is there anything else that's worth picking up for later then? The workshop, probably. Yeah, I think that's probably it for the moment. So let's see, what else can we just go ahead and take from them? I guess just more rings. Yeah, we can't buy the herbs. That looks pretty good to me. Now we do have a new priest finally, because our matriarch relation isn't as terrible anymore. So we're gonna try to get the relationship with him to be pretty good with Radibor this time around, and the only way to do that is to continuously have them spend time together and hope that they don't insult each other. Okay, so now some bad news. I didn't even get a notification, but ragged ones are attacking us. There's 4 of them. So it looks like we actually have a lot of prisoners as well that are injured, so hopefully I can actually sell them tomorrow. I didn't notice this. I don't know how this happened. But yes, they are very injured. They are going to end up dying, so we're going to need to get rid of them, sell them off. But the only way we can really do this is to bring some peasants in. Oops. Bring some peasants into our army temporarily. We'll just have to take... Ooh, I hope we can actually send these guys back, because I think we're going to need quite a few of them. We're going to go with 7 and hope that's enough. It should be. There is only an average of 2 combat skill. We'll have Zivka deal with this, and good thing we have enough weapons. Not enough armors, but we do have enough weapons. Alright, let's go ahead and get over there and try to deal with this quickly. Alright, Zivka's rushing in. No problems at all. Good stuff. Okay. Now, I am going to do the save scrubbing method and make sure that all these guys go back to peasantry. Okay, so that didn't work. Only 2 of them actually went back to peasantry, but I actually didn't even notice. And there is a second force. This is my fault. I totally forgot that they do attack on multiple fronts, so we need to go ahead and bring this army back. And I don't even think they're going to make it in time to defend whatever building they're trying to burn here. Yeah, they are very close. But maybe we can stop them from totally burning it down. Okay, looks like they're gonna try to go around that lake. That's gonna waste some time. Yeah, it looks like they will burn this down, which is a little irritating. But that's okay, we're gonna take them down now. And go ahead and disband that. And it was just... Oh, did one of them die? No, one of them leveled up. Okay, so I'm gonna save scrub again, because I don't know if it's because of the combat level. Okay, so it does seem to either be because of the combat level, or maybe it's... I mean, it's definitely because of the combat level somehow, because this person won't go back to peasantry now, even though she was previously. So I don't know if it's only because they are above level 2 combat, or if it's because they're just above whatever their default was when they were hired. It's one or the other. But either way, we only get one of our peasants back. I suppose it's fine. Oh, and this fire is actually spreading. Oh no. Oh no, this one's gonna be burnt down. Nobody's putting out the fire. That's gonna have to be repaired for tools. Well, that's... Alright, let's go ahead. Place down a dormitory. So that's entirely my fault. Alright, we can't place it there. So that's entirely my fault. Luckily, we don't even need the barracks. So if that gets burnt, that's fine. But I think that's what we're gonna call it. So things are burning. Hopefully they put these out. And yes, still having a little bit of problems, but at least we are making progress. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.